Welcome back, players and collectors, to my channel, and welcome back. It's been a little while, but welcome back to another episode of The Void, the unofficial Nostalgix TCG podcast. It's going to be a little bit less of podcast form today, though. Going to be going over some information and looking at some stuff, what's been happening in the Nostalgix world, but we're going to get into it anyway, all the same, like we normally do. I hope you guys are doing great today. I know a lot of people have been asking if I've gotten out of Nostalgix or anything like that, and no, not at all, not even a little bit. I still own and play with Nostalgix all the time. I don't own Nostalgix. I own a lot of product of Nostalgix. But no, I still open packs all the time. In fact, I still have a stack right over here of just random nostalgic stuff I've been opening recently. I still have tons of boxes and packs to go through, but I've been saving them and I've been kind of in the shadows for a little bit because I've been trying to work on some other projects I've got for the channel as well. A lot of what you guys have been kind of seeing, but there's something I've been working on that hasn't really, I've been giving little updates to here and there, and that is my online store that I'm trying to start up here. And Nostalgix is going to be one of the forefront TCGs I am putting up on there. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. We're going to be doing live streams to open some packs and do other things. I'll even give you guys a little teaser here. I've got mystery decks I'm making as well for Nostalgix in particular that will be featured on that online store. So if that is something you guys are interested in, or something you just want to watch for the future, I'll make sure you subscribe to the channel. I will most likely be doing my first couple streams on here, if not always. But that is still in the works. It's still something in progress. So it's not quite ready yet. But when it is ready, I will take you guys on a tour of what everything that I've got and what it's going to be and kind of put it out there. But for Nostalgix, I still play every week. Sometimes at card shops, sometimes just, here on my own or with my brother, or just building decks and stuff like that. But we are going to get into some Nostalgix news today. I just kind of wanted to clarify that I have not left Nostalgix, and Nostalgix is very much alive. We're still here. Just been kind of toning it down and walking it back just a little bit to fulfill some other ventures I've got going on too. But the very first thing we are going to talk about is this right here. Nostalgix is doing a spring Black Friday sale. Now, they did this last year too. It was kind of a cool little thing. They did a spring Black Friday instead of doing like a big Black Friday in Black Friday, which I think they still did anyway, which was awesome. But it's kind of like a spring cleaning sale, Cosmic Collision is on the way in, and Nostalgix team is trying to, clear up some space for that and run some sales. So a lot of things, as you see up here, it says buy one, get one boxes and plushies, 50% off accessories, and 25% off wholesale prices through May 10th. Now, today, the day of recording this, and likely this is going up later today, is May 3rd. So you should have an entire week to take advantage of these, but there's some really, really awesome stuff. You're talking blister packs are half off. You're $2 a blister pack. That's fantastic. And those are the ones you want if you are going for the signatures, which is a huge chase for Nostalgix. Absolutely massive. If you are looking to get booster boxes, this is the deal right here for you. Buy a box, get a box. Now, when you click on this, I do want to clarify, because I thought it was, for everything. I was about to load up on some Harmonic Surge because I love Harmonic Surge, and I'm still chasing some cards in there. But it is a you buy one, get one for a base set booster box first edition and a Harmonic Surge first edition, which is still really, really good. If you are new to the game, or if you've been considering getting into Nostalgix, this is the way to get in. You're getting 2 boxes for the price of one, and it's both current sets. So there you go. If you want a real taste of Nostalgix, this is the best bundle you're going to get for it all right here. And both sets are fantastic. They are great. I am partial to Harmonic Surge. I love Harmonic Surge. And I might still pick up one of these just to get some extra boxes in here. Maybe for the shop, maybe just for me. Who knows yet? I don't know. But if you are looking to get some stuff, this is definitely the time to do it. Like I said, half off on the blister packs as well. Some of the Beastland releases here, it's 50% off. So instead of 20 bucks, you're getting them for 10. That is a steal. These are really, really good cards too. Same with the Zodiac Wrong releases. $15 as opposed to 30 for these. These are beautiful cards, and these cards are super playable. I mean, super, super playable. Yeah, I'm honestly considering picking up a couple of these for my mystery decks when I include some Puppet Master Wrongs. I might include these foil versions instead of the regular version just to kind of give some chase to what's going on. I haven't decided yet, but that's just something that's out there, something to look forward to. Again, you have the buy a box, get a box for the booster boxes base set, and then all of the 6 starter decks, Cluster Fox. You've got Singularity. All these decks here, all these deck boxes are 50% off. Normally $13. You're going to be getting them for about $7.50. Not $7.50, $6.50. I can do math. Quick math. And what's awesome is these acrylic boxes right here. Boom, 50% off. If you're wanting to keep your boxes protected the best they can be, there you go. Get some acrylic boxes. I am actually probably going to pick up another one or two of these for the ones that I don't have in my acrylic cases back there. I love them. They're fantastic. But it's the same with the plushies. There's buy one, get one, 50% off. I don't know if the card binder here is 50% off. This might not be one of the 50% off items. However, I will say these binders are elite. I have one. I think it's over here. I do. I have one. So this is the front. Oh, it's a little dusty. I had it on the floor because I've been moving everything in my room around. So rearranging my bookshelf. I redid my bookshelf for all of my master sets. So these are going to go up on there. Still have to label these, but these are fantastic. You can't really. I know it's hard. I'll show it. I'll show it in a second on the big screen here. Actually, you know, let's do it now. Boom! Look at this. Look at this. Nice. They're side loaded, so in and outside. There's no D-ring in there, so they're perfectly protected. And then it's like a faux leather. You can write up on the top what the set is. It's got all the little things on the side. You can put little notes on the back. These are great. Seriously, like if you want stuff for master sets and Nostalgix, those are the way to go. So we have those as well. We back it up here. And you got a bunch of sleeves. It just jumped around. Let me scroll up here. So a bunch of sleeves that are 50% off. These, again, are solid deals for sleeves. I would definitely, if I were you guys, be loading up on all these. Secret Shards are 50% off. I might pick up some of these, try to get that Brecken the Miner. I still haven't gotten him. And I love the chase of them, you know? So sleeves, let's see. This is a big deal right now. You want the vinyl, if you're lucky, 7-inch signed vinyl by Jason Page, the original singer of the Pokemon theme song, who also did the theme song for Nostalgix. Then this is it right here. I do have one of them as well back there. You probably can't see it. It's like down here, down there. It's right there. But they are signed. They have a little slogan on them. These are 50% off as well. So if you've ever wanted some cool collectible stuff, this is definitely it. But like I said, you got all the Secret Shards. You got some hoodies on here. I might pick some of those up. Some metal cards. There's just so much stuff. You want to go look. You need to go look and see what's on there. But there's a lot of stuff that is for sale, but part of this spring cleaning. So There is also big news here. Let me load this up. So this, if you guys cannot read, this is what we're looking at right here. I'm highlighting it for you. It says we have been invited to be the first party TCG seller officially on Shine Marketplace. So Shine is kind of like I believe it's kind of like a Timu or what's that other like cheap marketplace, whatever. It's not supposed to be cheap. It's like third party product type of stuff. Stuff you can get that's not like officially licensed stuff, but now they're bringing in official places and people like Nostalgix. So now Nostalgix is going to be sold on Shine as the first official first party TCG seller, which means they're going to be selling direct through Shine on there. Everything's been uploaded. It says the core products and waiting approval. So once that happens, Nostalgix will be available on another website, which is crazy because they're already available on I think it's Walmart online. Obviously the Merch Arena. There's tons of game stores. There's one other big one I can't think of, but they're making moves, guys. Nostalgix is making moves, and it's getting big. It's getting big. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. The next really big piece of news here, and kind of like the last main subject we're going to go over today, is that Cosmic Collision was officially realized. Now, this happened to be a few days ago. Yeah, about a week ago or so now, but it says Cosmic Collision has officially been paid with the main printer. And there was some negotiations. So basically, when you pre-order or you do trading cards, you order in bulk. The more you buy, the cheaper the stuff is, right? So the day zero Cosmic Collision pre-order that we all knew was on here and happened was just a pre-order to demand. So there was a good chunk of demand. I don't think it was as much as everybody was kind of hoping and anticipating, which is why the costs of the boxes went up a little bit. However, Zaba put in here that it was not a cost that the customers, you guys, me, we all had to incur. It was something that he ate to make the set happen. And we'll kind of dive in on what's going to come soon on that because there's another little piece of great news I kind of want to put out there. But we're gonna focus in on this first. So there was my mighty negotiation, but the printer really likes y'all and is impressed with the set. So the boxes came out to be roughly $90 a box. May have been a little bit cheaper after the negotiations, but they pre-ordered for 65, so there was some discrepancy with pricing there. However, Zaba is the man because he still had a plan to make it happen, and that's what like the big important piece is here. Um, some people have been talking about Nostalgix dying and going away and not coming back, and especially with Zaba having to open up his custom card shop again, which fantastic by the way. You definitely need to go check those out. They make some great cards, but people were kind of questioning if his commitment to Nostalgix was waning and dying off and going away, and I think this kind of answers that question, right? It's hard when you don't have like a steady stream of income coming in and you're trying to maintain a game and a massive project like Nostalgix. It gets hard to do that, so you have to do things in order to support yourself and keep yourself afloat while also supporting and keeping afloat the project that you've spent so much on and so much time working on. So that is all Zaba's really doing here. He's just trying to, make sure that his home and family life is set and stable while also being able to do stuff, maybe slower, maybe not as much for the game. And I think this really just speaks to the commitment that Zaba really has to the game because even though the numbers didn't come out the way, maybe we all had initially planned and he initially planned, he still made it happen. He came through for the community to make sure that they got what they needed, and made sure that the next set will happen. And honestly, it's that was fantastic to see. I even told him like he's the man for doing that. Truly, there's no I seriously I push you guys to find me another creator of a game that would spend money out of their own pockets like that and in that much to make sure something like this happens. Most people won't do that. Majority of them won't do that. So when it comes to the commitment, the creator's commitment to Nostalgix, I think there's no question about it. He's committed. He wants to make this happen, and that's awesome. That's great. So, with that being said, the ETA for the set arrival is early June. Now, this is just an estimate, so it does get pushed back a little bit. Have some patience for those who ordered. This is what a passion project looks like. Future sets will be released on Kickstarter, based as the switch to Merch Arena cost us valuable support that would have made this release profitable. So there's something really big to be said about that too, right? On the Kickstarter, there's way more reach, there's way more advertising available that's just included with being on Kickstarter, and the reach to get other people was a lot greater. Now, the community still came through with this. The community is the reason the set still happened, but getting all the extra and new people into the game was massive. And Kickstarter, as much as people don't want to see TCGs using Kickstarter again to kind of keep going back and forth, it's inevitable. Honestly, let's just say it the way it is. It's inevitable. The economy is really down. All TCGs are struggling. I mean, we're talking even the big three are having some setbacks and some they're not seeing financial gains like they used to do. But when it comes to indie TCGs, every single one of them are struggling. And we shouldn't just sit here and say they deserve to die because they can't afford it on their own. Like, come on. That's a little silly. It's nonsensical. You'd like to see games like Nostalgix and everybody else move on without having to do Kickstarter, but the circumstances that are currently set kind of dictate that you have to at this point, right? It's the most feasible way to do things. And that's okay. I mean, look, even we just saw the collapse and fall of MetaZoo. Now, opinions aside on MetaZoo and the company as a whole, there's no denying it was the biggest indie TCG that has come around in recent times, right? But it still fell. And a lot of the other indie TCGs that have been big, I would even arguably say bigger than Nostalgix, are kind of crumbling down. And a lot of them have stated and kind of talked a little bit about maybe not even doing anything for their game anymore, just kind of letting it be done and fade into the nether, right? Nostalgix is not doing that. Nostalgix says, hey, we're going to take things low and slow, but we're going to keep going because the community is awesome. The community loves the game, and you guys deserve it. So that's kind of the commitment piece right there. And this is what makes this so awesome. Even though the Cosmic Collision Day Zero run was small and there's still a lot of demand for it, it's going to make it awesome, right? It's first of all, it's going to keep the collectability going. People are going to be wanting the first or the Day Zero stuff super, super heavily. It's going to be super sought after now. People have a chase to go after because and the ones who get the Day Zero boxes, if you hold on to a couple of them sealed, I'm telling you what, they're going to go up in price. This is not investment, suggestions or anything. I'm just saying there's a very small print run. This will be sought after. What I do want to say was in the main Nostalgix chat here, and we've been having some conversations here. So what had happened is we had some people coming through and saying, hey, will you be selling Cosmic on the Merch Arena? Which I think is fantastic. I kind of wish Zaba would have, and I don't know, maybe he still has. I don't know. It seems like the answer is no. but he could still surprise us. I'm just going to put that caveat out there first. But it would have been awesome to see, like 20 boxes of Cosmic Collision being reserved or purchased himself to sell through singles, single packs, or distribute for pricing or something like that. But some way for the community to still grab Cosmic Collision, because at this point right now, if you are a new player coming into the game, you have no way, no chance of getting Cosmic Collision. And that kind of sucks a little bit, right? And then there's a lot of people who just missed the boat. Well, either missed the boat on Cosmic Collision. I know people had like a month and a half to pre-order, but things happen in life. Not everybody can do it at those times. Sometimes people make mistakes. That was me. I made a mistake on my order. I actually didn't get my order to go through, and I did not realize that in time. And that's all on me. I'm not trying to say anything about anybody else. That's all on me. I do have some boxes I'm going to open for the channel. So if anybody's watching, don't worry. We will be opening boxes here on the channel. And no, they're not coming from Zaba. I'm just going to say that. They're coming from my brother. But shout out to Drake for that. But, mistakes happen. People just missed the whole pre-order. Maybe they were gone for a couple months and now they're coming back to Nostalgix. Maybe you're brand new to the game. The TCG, you never had a chance to do it. Or maybe you just didn't have funds at the time. And I think that happened for a lot of people. There was just not enough funds in a really down economy where people's wallets are kind of really hurting and kind of picking and choosing what they can and can't do. That kind of that sucks, right? So somebody was asking on here, will you be selling Cosmic on the merch arena? Basically said, like, no, you had your chance. He's doing a meme. I think he was trying to be funny here, but hoping for some redemption of aftermarket sales, which again, that is a big thing. And if you got some, I'm telling you, there's people willing to buy stuff if you're willing to sell it. But one thing Zamba did say right here is we may do another print run after for those who missed this one. That's huge. That is big right there. And, I don't have any insider information, right? But I think we might get an unlimited or maybe even a first edition print of Cosmic Collision. It will be, if we do get one, it will be through Kickstarter, as Zaba's already stated that. But it does look like a reprint or a secondary printing of it is in consideration already, which is big. And again, there's people asking for it, so people want it. And I feel in my own personal opinion, again, just this is my opinion, this is Ren's opinion. I feel like a lot of people were just kind of seeing and testing the waters of Cosmic Collision to see how it would do before wanting to do future support for the game. And seeing that now Zaba has even spent his own money to make the realization of Cosmic Collision happen and make sure that people are going to get it, I think people's commitment to pre-ordering or going for future releases is going to be better, because he's shown that commitment and shown that it's still going to go through no matter what. So that, I think, is I think that's a big positive for Nostalgix. And honestly, if we go through Kickstarter again, you can make it longer. You have more time to do it. It kind of gives you a better chance of pre-planning. I'm not sure if Kickstarter allows you to do the shop pay thing, but if Kickstarter does allow you to do the shop pay thing, that allows you to kind of break things down in monthly payments or bi-weekly payments, which makes it easier for people to buy into. So just the opportunity here is people want Cosmic Collision. We all still want a way to get stuff, and let's be real here. Even if my order I was going to do was going to be one of everything, and then I may have done an extra box or two, I would rip through those boxes and I would want more. I'm not going to be satisfied with one or two boxes, right? I'm going to want more. So I think having some availability for some Cosmic Collision in the near future is a really good thing for Nostalgix. I will say for the The stamp thing is going to matter because people are going to want the day zero stamp over the first edition stamp or unlimited stamp, whatever the case is. But if there is an unlimited print of Cosmic Collision, I will say, in my personal opinion, in my mind, just thinking of how TCGs work, we may not get all of the good special cards that day zero gets. We miss out on the rainbow cards, or all 4 or 5 gold cards, or maybe there's no secret rare. Well, there's probably going to be secret rare, but we may miss out on some of the special foils, and that makes those foils in day zero so much better. So I don't know, I just say be on the lookout for something like that, or maybe different foils or something. But there is a chance. I just want to say there is a chance that we get an unlimited print, a first edition print of Cosmic Collision that allows more people to get into it. And I hope, if that's the case, if that's what happens, it's a finite amount. Let's say it's 500 boxes. I'm just throwing a number out there, and only 100 boxes get pre-ordered. But if the Kickstarter still comes to life and hits the goal, then that means Zaba gets the 400 boxes, can sell them on the website for people who, come into the game future later on, can buy into them. Game stores can order more once they run out of whatever they pre-order, so it brings some longevity to a set, which is a great thing. So I think doing a Kickstarter for Cosmic Collision, just doing it in a much smaller monetary amount and also a much smaller quantity would be ideal. I'm not a TCG creator. I don't know how all that happens. I don't know what the finance piece on the outside, or inside rather, looks like there. This is just my speculation, me talking. I don't really know what I'm talking about when it comes to Kickstarter because I've never ran one. So, but I'm just saying, if that's the case, if the first Kickstarter was going for 50,000 and had 5,000 boxes, maybe we bump it down to $10,000 and 1,000 boxes or something. Something smaller that's a much more feasible and easy goal to hit, and gives us a better chance of having more Cosmic Collision. So, but that's just what I think and want to happen. It doesn't mean that it will happen. It doesn't mean that we are going to get anything at all. We might not get another print run of Cosmic Collision. I think we will. Personally, I think we will, just because there's demand for it, and I think it's better overall to get more Cosmic Collision out there for more people. The way it's currently set up is it's kind of built for a collector standpoint, but it's not feasible for player standpoint. But last thing I do want to talk about, actually thinking about that, is people when they think about these indie TCGs, and like, where's it at, how's it going, and all that. Nostalgix has been being picked up by game stores, honestly, pretty quick. Like, pretty good too. It's had good success rate. There's stores all around picking it up. I will say, like, the focus in the biggest spot where you're gonna find Nostalgix is in Minnesota, where the Nostalgix team is located. That's like the biggest point of them all, but it is expanding, and it is getting into game stores, which is a fantastic thing to see. So I'm happy about that. We're even seeing on the arena, or not the arena, the play arena, um, the Engem site, that there are more and more people putting events on for their own game store. So they might not necessarily be online events or Discord tournaments or anything like that, but they're putting the events, the weekly leagues that they're running in their own store, they're putting on the website. So more and more starting to show up. And that's a good thing. If you have a game store that is playing Nostalgix and hosting Nostalgix, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to get them to register on Engem and start putting their weekly leagues, whatever events, into Engem. And it shows not only that the game's growing, that more people are getting into the game, or shops are getting into the game, But it's also a way, and the main point for NGEM is for people to go on and say, hey, who's hosting tournaments this week? Where can I go? If I'm in Minnesota and I wanted to know, I could look it up and say, huh, oh my gosh, Bad Wolf's doing them on Wednesday nights. I can go on a Wednesday night. Or down in Arizona, our friends at Orcs there, I don't remember what day they play. It might be Friday, Saturday. But you find out what day they're playing on. You go, hey, I'm going to be in Arizona, or maybe you live in Arizona. I'm gonna go out to the Orcs Lair and play some Nostalgix. So there you guys go. That's all I have to rant and ramble on about. But I apologize again for the void just kind of dying down there for a little bit. Just had, like I said, so many other projects I needed to push through and kind of get going into and working on the channel. But I will be periodically doing more episodes of the void and kind of bringing it in. So that's all we have time for today. Thank you guys once again for hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys are into Nostalgix. Make sure you take advantage of those deals, those 50% off deals. They're big, they're massive. You want them. But that's all we have time for. We'll see you guys in the next one.